all, welcome to my IELTS Partner. Today we are going to talk about some tips for the IELTS listening test. Listening test is a challenge for most people. Let's see what can be done to overcome these. Before that, to clarify, both the academic and general students take the same listening test. It is marked in the same way. There will be a range of accents, but the main accent will probably be the British, American or Australian. The recording will be played just once. You will not hear it again. The test lasts for 40 minutes if pen and paper based. However, if it's computer based, you get only 30 minutes. The extra 10 minutes given when it is pen and paper is to transfer your answers onto the answer sheet. Scores are calculated by the number of points you got correct. No marks are cut if your answer is wrong. With these facts clear, let's move on to a few tips that could come handy when you take up the listening test of the IELTS exam. There are 40 questions with 4 sections. Section 1 has 2 speakers. This is mostly a telephone conversation between 2 people. For instance, planning a trip, booking a table at a restaurant, or renting a car. You must listen for precise information such as names, dates, time, places, and finally numbers. Section 2 has 1 speaker. This is often a talk from a teacher or a guide. You might hear information about an institute, a resort, a company, an organization, etc. Section 3. This has 3 to 4 speakers. This is an academic discussion. It could either be 2 students talking with a trainer or a guide, or a student presenting his or her presentation material to the colleagues. Section 4 has 1 speaker. This will mostly be an academic lecture. The sections get more difficult as the test progresses. This means that Section 1 is the easiest and Section 4 is the toughest. While writing the answers, IELTS accepts either the British or American spellings. The aspirant can write in capital or lowercase. It's the aspirant's choice. The examiner's recommendation is to use capital letters as it is easier to read and avoid mistakes. Surely a few tips will help. So here we go. Since the recording is played only once, you must practice completing a full listening test by listening just once before your test. Do this repeatedly till you get the hang of it. Focus on active listening skills and vocabulary. While practicing, it's okay to listen to the recording more than once. However, do not make it a habit, as during the test, the recording will not be replayed. Multitasking helps during the listening test. You could work on reading the questions first, as you do get time before the recording is played, listening to the answers and writing them down all at the same time. Practice transferring your answers to the answer sheet, if pen and paper, within the 10 minutes during your preparation. You should write your answers on the answer sheet using a pencil and never a pen. This is the same as the IELTS reading test. Can you believe it? You can actually guess an answer and write it. You might just get lucky and get it right. Who knows? At least you don't lose marks for a wrong answer. You can write your answer using capital or lowercase. Check the number of words you can have for your answer. Each time the question type changes, the number of words for the answer might change too. For instance, the instruction may read, answer using only 2 words. Check the instructions to see if you can have a number or numbers. How words and numbers are calculated. A date 1967 is considered 1 number. A hyphenated word, risk-free, is considered 1 word. A compound noun which is not hyphenated, Whale Road, is considered two words. 11 at the office or office. Should you write the article and preposition? Your answer will depend on the type of question you have. If you're completing the sentence, for instance, the best place to meet is at the office, as the answer must be grammatically correct. If the question is a note or a form completion, for example, place, here the answer can be just one word. Spelling. If your answer is spelled wrong, the answer will be obviously marked wrong. You should have the correct spelling in order to gain marks. Worry about spellings only when you write your answers, and you do not have to worry about these while you are listening because you don't have time to concentrate on spellings. You need to concentrate on listening to the recording and follow the questions. Writing letters or words. If you get a multiple choice question, you will be asked to write down the letter as your answer. For example, A. January, B. April, C. May. If the answer is May, you must write C on your answer sheet and not May. The word May would be marked wrong because the instructions asked you to write a letter, not a word. Now let's look at the different types of questions you may get in your IELTS listening test. 1. Note completion. 2. Form completion. 3. Sentence completion. 4. Summary completion. 5. Multiple labeling. 6. Diagram labeling. 7. Map labeling. 8. Form chart. 9. Table completion. Another tip. Do not try to understand everything. There could be lots of extra information. You need to listen only for the answers. Keep yourself focused on listening for answers. Remember, you've already gone through the question sheet earlier. While listening, answers may come quickly. You may get 2 to 3 answers in a very short time. Get ready to write them down really fast. Answers may come slowly. There may be a gap between answers. Do not lose focus. Listen actively. Be ready for both quick succession of several answers and answers trickling in. Look out for answers which could be in the plural form. The final S is difficult to catch sometimes, and this is exactly what you may be questioned on. Giving the answer and then changing it. Here is an example. It's okay to meet at 9 p.m. Or, yes, 9 p.m. works fine for me. Oh, I have just remembered that I have a late appointment, so could we make it 10:30 instead? The answer was 9 p.m., but then the speaker changed it to 10:30 p.m. Anyways, be ready and keep listening to be prepared for the speaker to change the answer. Similar words might not really be the right answer, so watch out. If you miss an answer, just move ahead onto the next question. Do not waste time. Don't panic. Concentrate. 30 minutes is a long time to actively listen for answers. If you lose your focus, you will miss out on the answers. Do not let that happen. Practice tests at home to build up your ability to concentrate and comprehend. There is a difference between listening to something and listening for something. In IELTS listening, you have to listen for something to score decent marks. When we listen for something, it enhances our concentration and comprehensive abilities. Our facts will be retained in our memory. Also, we have the background of knowing the questions. What does the listening test evaluate? How well you retain facts. Identifying the general meaning of conversation. Following the instructions clearly. understanding the emotions of speakers, recognizing numbers, figures and other data. Read the instructions very carefully. You will be given clear instructions, sometimes even examples. Skip over the questions and decide which type of word fits in each gap. Is it a noun, verb, adverb or adjective? Write N for noun, V for verb and so on. This will help you to focus on the specific word format while listening. Take in the situation. Try to get an idea of the situation. Before each part, you will be given a short introduction. For example, now you will hear a dialogue between or you will hear a lecture on. This information is not written on the question paper, so be attentive. Note who are the speakers, why are they speaking and where they are. This will make understanding the rest of the recording much easier. Don't lose focus, as the audio plays only once. Don't leave blank spaces and make sure to answer all the questions. Do not write your answers too fast. Therefore, these are the various tips for the IELTS listening module. With this, we have come to an end of this session. Stay tuned for the next sessions. Until then, it's a bye from my IELTS partner.